Really fun? Oh, it's live. Awesome. Screen share? Yeah. Just share the full screen. What's with this thing? Okay. I'm not sure how loud the sound is. Hopefully, it's good. Did I put on screen share yet? I could have sworn I did. Full screen. Start screen share. Awesome. Okay. Start screen share. Awesome. Okay. Start screen share. Oh. All right, that's pretty loud. So, pretty sure everyone can hear me. Whoever's watching or listening. Let me see. Wow, so it turns out there's like a lot of rules with live streaming. Like as far as having like certain background sounds. I wasn't really sure if I should have any until I looked it up. So that's out of the window for now. What am I looking for on my phone? Oh yeah. Just 1 second. Turn this. Why'd I do that? No, wrong one. Here it is. Okay. So on this live stream, I'm going to be focusing on more lizard type dragons versus my own. I can't say my own style because it's still my own style. But it's going to be more leading to the normal dragons people are used to seeing, the lizard type dragons. So, but it's going to be more leading to the normal dragons people are used to seeing. The okay, so I sound fine on my phone. So I don't have my own mic, but I kind of found my old headphone sets that has a little mic attached to it. So hopefully that should be good. So I'm just going to be watching on my phone, make sure everything's okay. And it looks pretty good. Awesome. Let's see how much lag there will be as I do this sketching. Let's see what color I should choose. I think I'll just stick to this color. This color looks very nice. Okay, so let's start with this one. Let's add a bit more guides with the pencil. So this is basically the circle or sphere, even though it looks definitely looks more circle. Just click the angle, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely the angle. So shape versus form. What do I mean by that? So basically, as you could see here, with this figure here, these ones here, this is just something I just put together real quick through a reference. Well, most of these are reference except for this one. And except for the eyeballs. So basically you got these shapes here. And I just went on like Bing images or whatever, or it was either Bing or Pinterest, it might have been both. And just looked up some lizards real quick just to get some ideas of different lizard heads and angles and stuff like that. So basically, you have the basic shape of some of these lizard heads I got. But there's also form in these heads. So I have this kind of, I'm not really sure what part of the lizard this is. It's kind of like the cheek area. But if I was to think of this as a 3D form versus just a shape with flat surfaces, I would start to get roundness. Not so much just square, flat surface. To explain that a little further, I'm going to go back to the pencil. And I'll start with this one because I'm used to doing these ones over here at the dragons I normally sketch. So you see I did the circle. But that's just to get like the jaw area. These ones kind of remind me more of like a horse head. Kind of like the shape of a horse's head. And also somewhat of it's like a horse / wolf or fox-like shape is how I started with this one. And I'm gonna start to put, because I'm trying to make it more lizard-like versus dog or horse-like. So I'm gonna like put some nostril-like thing there, or indication of a nostril. And these are basically how sketches start. Simple shapes, just to get like a light idea out there, so you're not just standing at a blank canvas. You start somewhere. And this is like the cheekbone right here. So I'm gonna kind of like, there is some anatomy study behind it. I'm around animals all the time. I have a dog. I've gone horseback riding. I just do random animal studies anyways. So I'm always looking at how things are shaped or formed. Animals, peoples, trees, buildings, cars, even though I still suck at drawing cars. I don't know if it's because I really don't have an interest in cars or what. It could be that reason. I kind of wanted to make this not so... There you go. That's a lot better. I didn't want it to look too... too bold in the feature of the forehead, I guess. I'm gonna start with this other color just so I can start getting a bit more neater. Then I'll make some... It's just easier for me to start with a silhouette. I mean, I could easily go into the eyes and everything, but those parts require more concentration or detail, so I'd rather work on those things after. Basically, start with big shapes first, And you can do the little shapes after because they're like, not that they're least important, but they're least important at the beginning of any drawing or sketching. We're going to start with simple, big, bold shapes. So now I'm imagining more of the form. Like when I get to this part, bottom of the chin. Because this is clearly the bottom plane or surface, I should say, the bottom surface from the jawline and everything else over here. So at this point, I like to imagine a grid, even though I do this sometimes. I'll choose a different color. I do this sometimes on some drawings, and particularly ones I don't draw all the time, like realistic, but I don't really do realistic a lot. And I guess you could say semi-realistic. Excuse me if I burp, I just got an eating dinner. My goodness. So I would go in and start to imagine how this form would take so this head's kind of like upper at an angle. So I would start doing things like this. And this is clearly like a lip area. So these will actually go in like that. It's kind of like a 3D, like thinking 3D or doing the 3D, I guess you could say imaging yourself. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just trying to get an idea of the shape of this figure's overall form. And because at this angle, this is going to come up more like that, if anything. And then I guess I'll start doing ones like this. You don't even have to do it around the entire thing. I mean, if you need to, go for it. But me, I don't need to do it around the whole thing because I do this a lot. I just need to do it enough where I could actually imagine the 3D form of the imaginary creature. Or whatever it is I'm doing. I haven't used this method on cars. I absolutely stink at drawing cars. I mean, I could draw pretty much anything, but I just don't have an interest in cars. At some point, this is gonna start to curve like this. Oops, I don't think it's gonna be good. Let me see. This is gonna be the muscle area here. Yeah, it would go like that. Just a little though. You can hear my birds in the back. I was hoping they would stay asleep, but the blanket isn't dark enough that's over their cage, so they're kind of still awake. Because I got the light on and the computer on, and I'm talking. So when I'm first laying down the foundation of the sketch, I do simple planes. Like I started here. And as I start to actually do the rest of the sketching, either I just imagine it and just like kind of like just go for it and start doing the rest of the line art, or if I'm doing like a real detailed or a very clean close-up shot, that's when I'll start to bring out this 3D mesh like technique. And you could do this on anything. It doesn't have to be a particular sketch of your own. You could trace over an actual creature or object and imagine its form just to get used to what form and shape is. That still doesn't look right because it's off the angle. Okay. I love how this program just like has a forever undo button. It's perfect. I would erase, but then I'd erase some of my under sketch and I don't want to do that. Oh, I guess I thought it had a forever undo button. I guess it does not. Oh well. I guess I have to erase ever so lightly. This orange color and the pink color goes really good together. Okay, I want to go back to my, it's like a maroon light color. I guess I erase the rest of that. It sounds like I can't see where it was before. Or I don't know how to draw my own drawing. Okay, let's see. How am I going to do this? I'll make it a little scaly, maybe. Actually, I won't do that. I'm gonna add just a little bit more detail. So what I mean by kind of winging it, just having an idea and throwing it down there. It doesn't have to be perfect at first. That's why there's an undo button. And when you're doing traditional stuff, it's called an erase button. You ain't gotta be perfect. The more you stand there or sit there just staring at the canvas, you're not gonna get nothing done just doing that. Just do it. So I had an idea and I'm going for it. Is there thinking behind it? Yes. Is it a lot of thinking? Depends on what you're drawing and how often you draw it. Let me see. It's going this way. Yeah, it makes more sense to go that way. I don't think I like that nostril shape. Oh, I don't. I wonder if I got any. Let me see here. Nope. No one's on chat. It's just me and my lonesome. That's good. Takes off most of the pressure for now. Okay, let's see. That's why that doesn't look right. I'm like, why does that not look right? I just cannot put my finger on why that was not looking the way I want it to look. There we go. Sometimes it's just the littlest things that just throws off a drawing, and you're just sitting there like, what the heck? What just happened? What's going on? I like that nostril better. I'll keep it. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna start erasing stuff now because all the other sketch lines are kind of getting distracting. Actually, I like to keep some of it because it looks cool with the color, but I'm not gonna keep all of it. That's just ridiculous. I'm feeling it. I have to start working on my intro for these live streams. I'm just fiddling with the settings and is it live? Yes, it's live. Says it right there. How'd you miss that? That doesn't look right. It's like it's throwing off the actual form. That's another thing. Like, if you're not paying attention to the form of the object or whatever it is you're doing, it could throw off your detail when you're throwing it in there. Like, I was just doing this, or whatever the freak I was doing, and it would just look ridiculous. If I didn't have these guidelines and it was just a line art, I would have to try to decipher exactly what it is, the angle of the creature is. I love the eraser on this Microsoft Sketch. It's just lovely. Sometimes it could be a pain, but you just gotta make your sketching distinct from your cleaner line work. That's what it is. I still think it's pretty dope though. Which reminds me, if I want to make his eyes like that, I gotta make more of a brow. I was thinking, when I put that horn up there, like, you know what? I should do like a unicorn dragon. That'd be pretty dope. So that's why this dragon has this horn here. Oops, I'm supposed to do that. Let me draw it. Just gonna try to move it faster because I don't want to spend all night on just this one sketch. Ears, kind of like a deformed version of human ears, or I don't know, any other creature's ears. I gotta look at other ears. I'm just kind of going off of what I know about the human ear. And I do some dragon ears. Sometimes I put earrings on them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes they have hair, sometimes they do not. Haven't decided if this is gonna have hair or not. Hairy or scaly? Which one? Since I'm trying to go for the more lizard look, I'll stick to the scaliness. So we'll give it the generic dragon look. I don't like generic stuff or cliches. I try to steer away from them as much as humanly and creatively possible. I am not feeling that. Oh my god. Just like. No, let's stick it to the hair. Sorry. Well, I'll just do half and half. That's what I do. It's another good example of form and shape. You have a cone-like shape, or it's not even a cone yet. Let's just say a triangle-like shape. But when you start to put in the details, it gets this cone effect, such as this. Even though I wasn't trying to put in that type of detail, but just to show it its form instead of its shape. But just leave it like that because it looks good. So yeah, we're doing half and half. Half horns, half hair. What kind of hair? Let's give him an Elvis hairdo. Or My Little Pony. Oh, that's hilarious. I am not doing that though. Oh, it's so funny. Sometimes I'm like, oh no, I erased the wrong one. This isn't Clip Studio. Then I'm like, ah, it's alright. It doesn't matter. Just draw it again. It's not gonna kill you. No, Sage really is starting to look like a horse. Holy macaroni. So I decided this is just gonna have to be a hybrid of a unicorn X dragon horse lizard thingy, and that's just gonna. Ouch, my ears. If he leaves now, I'll be ready. And oh, I forgot. My husband's texting me because he needs to get picked up from work. I'm not picking him up. My brother is. Oh. Now I gotta go make sure he's awake. Okay. So I will be right back. Yeah, be right back. Okay, I am back. Do, 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 do. Okay. I guess you're going for the horse look. Where we left off. This little glob of stuff here. This stuff called hair. Or the horse's mane. In this case, the hybrid's mane. I could be such a perfectionist sometimes. It's absolutely ridiculous. Alright. I'm done with that thing. Let's just get a little bit more form into this horn over here. Whoops. Whoops. Button. Form. Looks like a carrot. Awesome. All right, time to move on to the next one. Okay. So starts with some scaly stuff. Scales are kind of weird. Like, I understand the shapes of the scales and stuff when I was looking for a reference, but it's still very strange how these lizards are. So everyone knows the eyeballs are a literal ball in your socket. Basically, you got to keep that form in mind. You just can't be like this. There goes the eyeball. No, unless you're doing like an extremely exaggerated cartoony look, which I'm not doing right now. You gotta go with the form. So if anything, it will look more like this. Wait a second. Oh, wait, there you go. Wow, the other one looked a lot better. Oh, well, it's just a sketch. Don't need to be such a perfectionist. This would be the lid of the eye. And this area would be the bottom of the eye socket. I'm just doing this so I could remember. I gotta put something there to indicate that. Gotta put something there. Yeah. Kind of like what this one is showing. That's why I did these kind of like humongous eyeball sketch studies afterwards. Probably also noticed that I started a little different on this one. versus like with this one, I started with the eyes first. And with this, I just ignored the eye completely. It's just, I guess you can say there's no one way I approach certain drawings or sketches. So long as the main shape is down, depending on what I feel needs my immediate attention will be what I start on first. But it never normally starts with this type of small detail. Like I normally don't start with small detail first. It just takes up too much time, and then you start messing up like how I'm doing now. Well, that's fine. Hmm. I think I'll have this lizard almost have a snake-like mouth. Maybe I will do an actual lizard study when I live streams. Maybe next time. Maybe I'm not sure. I do studies here and there. I should probably do them more often, but lizards are just so easy to draw. I'm trying to figure out what shape language I'm trying to go for. By shape language, I mean, should I go for more curves like that within the creature's overall design, or should I go for more rigid, pointy, spiky, aggressive look? I might just stick with the round, curved, not so aggressive look. But I'm not feeling the snout right now. I don't like how that looks. Try just to click on the pink and not get the orange. But it's fine. I don't really need the orange at this point. It's pretty much ingrained in my head how it's gonna look overall. That's what I'm missing. See, I had this hole here to indicate a nostril, and I'm like, well, I still haven't decided what shape the nostril should be. Did I want it to be on the side? Similar to the reference? Or do I just have it there to be like, hey, don't forget to put the nose on this thing? Yeah, I'm thinking it's a mixture of both. I like that one, actually. Just gotta get this other shape here, because I know this just does not look right in my head. There we go. That looks a lot better. Even though it's still not right, it still looks a lot better. So at this point, I just gotta put this center line here so I can get this properly. Okay, that's a lot better. I can move on from here now. I think I can. I think I can. Actually, the more I erase these squared areas, the more I could think about the form itself versus the rest of it. I don't think that's why I had that shape there. I had that shape there because I wanted this thing's jaw to be yeah, that's why I had it there. I wanted his jaw to be more profound versus like this one. The jaw you really notice around this area, I guess you could say, but with this one I wanted it to be like similar to more of a snake versus a lizard. I'll go for more smooth scales, I guess you could say. Okay, in order to do this, I need this orange to be green. Get that nice curve in there. And then go over that mess with the inking tool. This isn't working the way I wanted to. Oh yeah, because I'm doing it in the wrong direction. Duh. This direction. Looks about right. Question now is what am I going to do around this? So similar to human eyes, or just eyes in general, got an upper lid and a lower lid. I kind of want to indicate the rest of the socket of this creature, but I'm not 100% sure about how I would do that. So yeah, maybe I just do something kind of like this. Still thinking about the form. You know, I just noticed I don't like how those ears are. Like, they feel too wide. Should they even be there, I wonder? I think they would go fine if they were short. I like them short. Nope, I thought I liked them short. I don't. Okay, never mind. Gotta erase this because now it's just like over my inking. I don't know how it did that or why it does that. No. Let's get rid of some of this mess. Back to the eraser. This is taking forever. I do not want my live streams to be super long. There's hardly anyone watching them right now. But you know what? I'm still gonna record and I'm still gonna finish the sketch because I gotta work on my dragons now. I worked plenty enough on the characters for my webtoon project, Dragon Masters V. I'm like, you know what? I don't have enough sketches of dragons out. Why do I have all these sketches of people and no sketches of dragons? That's a little backwards or counterproductive. So I'm not trying to be counterproductive. So I don't like where this ear is because it just looks absolutely ridiculous. Should be about right there. That's where you should be. Right there. Well, how do you know it's supposed to be there? Because I've been drawing since, I don't even know, since forever. I was playing. That's not even an answer, really. It just takes practice and knowing your perspective and angles and shapes and stuff like that. So with this one, I had to do some of the forming with this color right here. Did some form examples. This one, I didn't feel I needed it, but I still used it. I just didn't put it on the paper. It's just all up in my noggin. But I'm definitely gonna need it because now this part is just looking silly. Like, this doesn't look right. No, it just doesn't look right. So what, it would go something like this, and then the rest of the jawline. Yeah, it would go something like that. Because this is the rest of the creature's, I guess you could say, eyeball socket. I guess you could do it like that. It's kind of like the lip area. Then it kind of comes down like this. And it continues to form. And this is how you get your basic idea for form and shape. But with me, I like to use both. Some people just use shape and subconsciously use form, because I don't believe you could ever use shape without using form. Nor do I believe you could ever use form without subconsciously using shape to help you get your overall sketch and idea out. So I'm just going to come out and say it. You use both. Oops, doesn't look right. Gotta keep it in the perspective. Got this 3D imagery over here. This 3D imagery. Even with the smaller details, like this extra flap over the nostrils would do something like that, and would probably do something like this as well, because it's a nostril. So if I was to shade this, the nostril will look more like the shading around it will look more like that. Let me start to erase some of this before it gets too messy. Let's see if I could locate the center. Yeah, pretty much got the center border right here. Even though it's not an accurate line coming down like that, because that's not really the shape of it. It's not as defined. It's more almost flat. There you go. That's more like it. That's why I would say it's good to start with the outer part, like a silhouette, because it kind of like makes the guideline for the rest of it. Here's the tricky part. Let me start to erase some of this actually. Nah, I'm not really worried about erasing it right now. The tricky part for me would be kind of like the eyebrow area, because I imagine it with both human eyes and like other animals' eyes. Because I noticed with most of the lizards that I referenced from, their eyelids look more like this. Like they got very defined, well, the big lizards, anyways. They got very defined ridge. They got the upper eyelid here. And they have this separation here, then the upper part of the ridge. And that's basically how their eyes are. I guess you could say it depends on the species, because there's all sorts of different ones. Like this example here, this thing doesn't really have a ridge because its eyes are huge compared to the rest of its head. The most cutest reference I used of the lizards was this one, but I didn't want it to come out looking super cute. I was just trying to show a demonstration of lizard type dragon heads. And this doesn't have this humongous brow ridge. It doesn't have that. It's just a big old eyeball with the upper and lower part of the eyelid. So the lower part of the eyelid, barely noticeable because of how big the eyes are, and the upper part. And the eyes weren't really closed either, so yeah, so just let me erase some of this real quick. Anyways, so that green's not killing my eyes. Choose the perfect colors for this. Okay. Got some lettuce on your lip, dragon. Okay. So I think I got the shape over here pretty, like, it's pretty much like this. That's basically the shape of the brow ridge, basically. It actually looks better than what I had there the first time. Wow. Because that's the form of the socket. In every creature, the eye socket and the eyeball is pretty much any creature that has a skeleton, I should say. That's pretty much what an eyeball and the skeleton socket and all that jazz is. So I guess you could say those are the basic parts. Ah, it's perfect. Oops, thought I had the eraser on. Darn you. Darn you. Let me get rid of that real quick. This looks more to my liking. Yep, we're going with that one. Just gonna erase all this. Don't be scared to erase. The eraser is your friend. As long as you use it properly, that is. Perfect. Oops. Sweet. So as you can see, just by fiddling with the form, you actually could get some good designs out of your sketches. Doesn't even have to be nothing fancy, just something, I guess you could say, readable. I gotta fix the other one too. See what you went and did? You made it better. Now you gotta fix all this stuff. That's good. That's good enough for now. Oops. I love how it just knows what I wanted to save in that erasing. I definitely wasn't trying to erase that. Just gonna start putting a little bit of detail around the lip. You actually see this in some lizards and snakes. Well, I would say most snakes. I got this weird like pattern going on around their lip. I still think this head needs a little bit more help, but I'm not really worried about it right now. It's just some sketches. Any little touch-ups, I'll just fix them before I post it on Instagram or anywhere else. Okay. I think that one looks all right for now. I'm not even gonna worry about this one right now. Actually, what's the time? So it's already been an hour. Look at how far I got. I sketch so slow. It's just because I'm recording. For some reason, I take my time when I'm recording. I don't know why that is. You would think the nervousness will make you sketch faster, but it doesn't. At least not with me. Sketch faster, but I guess because I'm still exploring these. It's kind of like a study for me tonight, so I don't mind going slow. It's not like anyone's watching right now. Okay. Let's get started on the big-eyed one. So I'm giving myself 30 more minutes. And then I should be done with this live stream. And then I could take my sweet time working on the little fix-ups and adding the scales. the rest of the scales detail. Well, in case anyone's gonna watch it later, they might want to see that, the scaling detail. Like, how do you put scales on it, the dragons, and the directions. So maybe I will do that, and then I'll call it a night. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Or I'll just do a part 2. Because no one wants a live stream that's super long. I know I wouldn't want to sit here watching me move so slow. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm just going to draw now. Let's say 15 more minutes. 15 more minutes of drawing. And then part 2 will be scales. Adding the scales. And wow, I completely lost my thought and just so caught up into my own sketch. It happens. But yeah, part 2 we'll add the scales and stuff like that, and I'll talk and run my mouth a little more on what's it called? Run my mouth more on form and shape together. So some of them have this semi-spiky scales, I like to call them, and then some of them have like more of this, like these nice kind of smooth scales. So, excuse me, I'm tired. I guess I didn't take a long enough nap today. It happens. I think that's fine. Do 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 do. Should I put horns on this one? Yeah, I didn't want to put horns on this one because it kind of took away from its cuteness. But you can't resist that tongue, though. I don't really know what people have against snakes. I mean, really, they're just a creature. Some people really think the snakes are devils. Like, really? Stop. Stop it. It's just an animal. It's just the characteristics of a snake that makes people think that since, goodness gracious, biblical times. Nah, you don't need that. You don't need that. Nope, don't need that either. You'll just be a very smooth looking dragon. Nope. Hmm. This is a very flat head. That was pretty much the point of the whole design with this one. That's why I selected that particular reference. So how would I? I'll just leave it like that for now. Yeah. I'll just leave it like that for now. Has it been 15 minutes yet? Nope, got 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. I just want to start at these eyes. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'll start at the eyes. When you up?
What time is your call for?
AB went to go and get him.
What's wrong with your car?
Nothing wrong with my car.
Oh, you seem like go get him?
No. I'll get out. I'm trying to live stream here.
Send us off like at 10:30. I was asking if I can get it. Use your car to pick her up. Because she doesn't feel like Ubering and it's dangerous out. She doesn't like Ubering at night.
Sure.
I got a shit bad.
I said I'm live streaming. I don't want to hear that language in my video. Get out of my room. Get out. Like a salam. Typical. Try to live stream late at night. Almost normal human beings are in the bed. Still get disturbed. I give up. I just need my own studio. Okay. Where was I? Wow, that just took up like 3 minutes of my time. I know it did. Eyeballs. One of my favorite part of the body to draw. Don't know why. It's just so fun. So yeah, eyeballs are basically just that. They're balls in the socket of a skull. You choose your eyeball direction by obviously the shape direction you're going for. So let's say like with this one, for example, this would be the eyeball of this creature right here. It would actually probably be bigger than that. So that's the eyeball right there. And because he's at this angle, he or she, doesn't matter. This My Little Pony hybrid is at this angle. I just draw accordingly, keeping in mind the form. Even though this looks like a flat circle, if you add more detail, so let's say give it some round, like a roundness. This is like the back of it. So I'm just having that part cross-hatched. Let's say we want to look it up this way. This is also a good way to draw the head, but we're not getting into people's heads right now. We're just sticking to the form of the eyeball, of a ball. Let's just say ball. And this is it. And if I wanted to start sketching like I did the brow area right there, if we wanted to put eyelids on this, so let's say this eyeball is looking up, we want it to look like this. Because it's a ball, we got to keep that roundness in there. No matter what shape the eye is, the ball is always going to be the same shape. Okay. Quick little example there. I'll stick to the dragon's eyeballs because that whatever eyeball that was creeping me out. I want this to be a little neater just because. Just because. So we'll make it a size 2. Yeah, size 2 is better. And you're probably wondering how I get the shape and what made me choose this angle besides drawing the weird looking ball. You know, like I say, for now is studying what makes the eye. What are the parts of the eyes? All those types of things. That's how you know. This still looks funny, but that's just because I'm not really. There you go. That looks a lot better. Even this ridge isn't even proper. Because the rest of the ball, like this ball, isn't big enough. The eyeballs aren't this small. They're actually pretty huge inside the skull. We're only seeing, like, what, a third, I would say? Okay, I want to say a third, but most of the time, you're only seeing almost about a third of your eyeball, or any creature's eyeball, for that matter, that's coming out of the lids. Any creature that I know of, anyway, because even when with this lizard, pretty sure the actual lizard's eyeball is about this big, something around there, and we're only seeing about like maybe almost a third. I would say almost a third. I can't really say half because that would look absolutely odd if half of our eyeball was bulging out of our skull. So I can only say about a third. I mean, oh my God, not a third, because a third is more than half, right? No, half is 50. Third is 30. Okay, so I would say I would stick to the third part. or anything that's less than half. Oh, I'm too tired to be thinking about measurements right now. Just draw. Okay, the lid. So keeping in mind this form, gotta go to the form color now because we're still talking about form here. Keeping in mind the form. And work on the lid. Because it's still part of the eyeball. So we still gotta keep that curve. Doesn't look right. That's why it doesn't look right. Got this part all messed up. Yeah, it goes with this thing. This isn't the shape I was going for. There we go. I guess it kind of looks like an eye. Kinda. But not exactly, because I got this part. Still looks kind of funny. This is why we do these things. To learn as you go. Because it's at this angle. If anything, this will look more like this. Something like that. Yeah, it will look something like that. Oh, I forgot I have my bottle of soda over here. That'll keep me awake. Uh-oh. The peach is awake. I guess that really does call it a night, folks. Because now my daughter's up. So that's the end of this lonely live stream. Thank you, anyone who stopped by to watch it, and anyone who's watching it after it's been archived. And everyone have a good night, good day, good evening, weekend, whenever you watch it. Peace out.